Good morning. I'm Erin from FitMamaTraining.com. Today I'm going to share with you a poem that I wrote 7 years ago. I'm 30. I was 23. It is a poem with a lot of language. I am bold with my language in life. I was more bold at 23, so this is not something that I would share immediately with your children. But I wanted to share it today. I haven't performed this in probably 6 years, and it's a message that has become sort of my thesis statement. So this is called Your Beauty. I am worn out. Because I was so blessed to have been born female, I have been spoon-fed self-hatred from my high chair. Guidance counselors drone on about self-confidence, while from everywhere else comes, you are not good enough. Mothers teach the little girls that they can be anything, but their little girls already understand that they have to be everything. Beautiful and charming, soft-spoken and not too opinionated. Overshadowing men is not attractive, and whatever you do, live up to this goddamn ideal. I was only 4 years old when I got that message. My mother found me with a knife to my tiny little wrist. I felt not good enough, not like I'm supposed to be, not worthy, not your beauty. And not only is your beauty false and completely unattainable, it was coming at me from every direction from a time I was too young to start school. We teach our boys that yours is the beauty they must seek, and beauty is the ultimate goal. A tiny waif of a woman who overpowers you in no way, physically, intellectually, verbally, small. And small features and perfection even cover girls don't really have without the aid of modern graphics, because airbrushing is your beauty. And your beauty is what we first must be before we are recognized as anything else, before we are mothers or lovers or friends or professionals or poets, because it isn't enough to be a mom. You gotta be a MILF. And you can't just be a lawyer. You gotta be a hot lawyer. I get it. And we have taken it so far. Your Western beauty myth has plagued almost every culture on this earth. Even places in Africa where woman's natural shape with hips and lips and curves was once revered, eating disorders are on the rise. And when a shocking statistic of us are starving and puking and literally dying to be thin, to be ideal, to be your beauty, I think we're getting the message. And it's killing us. And I am to be lusted for, but unaffected, willing to do anything behind closed doors but a lady in public, and sexually advanced but not more than him, certainly not too experienced, for heaven forbid I be a slut, because sex isn't about me. I am a means to an end, a means to his orgasm, and that's your beauty. And your beauty is so taut that it is bigger than love. He held my beauty like no one had before, cloaked himself in it and walked around the house. He looked in me, through me, at every part of me, hung on my words and craved my poetry. But he left to inject himself with your silly shit, which is ever disappointing, fought love of me for love of she, who walks in glass slippers and glides through all the doors that I can't even open. In the world of aesthetic ideal, I walk on broken glass. His mother taught him that. But I have to believe I deserve love. I have to believe I deserve love. I have to believe I deserve love. Staring at this dirty linoleum bathroom floor, wondering would I be rid of this disease? The strong woman I know myself well to be. Transformed. Small child. Fetal position. Rocking back and forth to sleep to dream of your beauty. And my streams of tears leads to oceans cried by women everywhere who mourn who they are. So I'm heartbroken. And told to go on a diet. And when media-fed images aren't enough, my own grandmother reminds me over the dinner table to get the piercing out of my face, the weight off my ass, the knowledge out of my vernacular, and most importantly, the conviction from out of my voice. Because with that kind of beauty, I can finally find a man to make me whole, and she can stop praying for me. And your beauty wages wars between women, dissipating any shot at some feminist revolution, because your beauty makes us strangers, obsessed with the knowledge that our worth is first in this, throwing daggers through eyes across smoke-filled bars, competing for men's attention, thirsting for pickup lines, fucking for affirmation, and so she hates me because I'm fucking him, because the man I love is fucking anybody else, and I foolishly sought self-worth in this insignificant kiss. Something sinful this way comes and leaves me cold. Sold for the price of a pack of parliaments and this cheap bottle of red wine it took to drown this feeling, this aching of giving my body to someone so unworthy. Sold to the philosophy that without your beauty, I am nothing. And the only reason she hates me, why she has so many stones in her pockets ready to throw my way, is she has been throwing them in her own mirror her whole life. I know her because she is me. Your beauty rejoices in weight loss and plastic surgery. Your beauty enjoys the swan. Your beauty wages wars between women. Your beauty keeps us apart. Your beauty contradicts nature and mocks women's sexuality. Your beauty leaves women starving for love and wallowing in self-loathing, and I have worshipped your beauty for 23 wasted years. So hey, fuck your beauty because I know better. Beauty is lovers dancing cheek to cheek in dimly lit bedrooms to no music save heartbeat. Beauty is tiny fingers wrapped around your pinky as if the whole world begins and ends there. Beauty is the right words at the right time that help your breaking heart begin to heal. And kisses. Not just any old kisses, real kisses. The kind that unite more than lust and loins, but entire people in this beautiful, infinite, And beauty is knowing yourself and walking proud to your rhythm, not apologizing for it. Beauty is not my 4-year-old self attempting suicide because I thought I would never be pretty or thin enough to be a ballerina, and certainly not to be loved. So women, beautiful, beautiful women, let's know better. Let's make love like lovers, not servants, and realize sex is shared, not given. Stop the plaguing suicide of self-hatred, pick ourselves up off of bathroom floors, stop staring each other like soldiers on opposing battlefields because the fight we have is won. Let's walk into rooms with heads held high, hoisted on bodies given to us by our mothers, and reject objectification as our occupation because this is no longer a poem. This is not a rant. This is a stance, my truth. For all the overworked, underappreciated women who came before me, for generation after generation of women who never felt good enough, for corsets and foot binding and anorexia and Africa, and for all the women I know and love who have never known how beautiful they are. And if not in honor of my mother, and if not for myself, then for all the little girls we already taught this shit to who lie crying in bed tonight, who look to us for our example. Let's proclaim beauty in wiping the concealer from our third eye. Shift the clouds of mourning from over our mirrors and say and believe for the first time, despite everything I'm not, and because of all that I am profoundly beautiful.